Hey guys, it's Viewmaster's Reactions, and we're back with episode 52 of Talks Machina Feral Business. We just finished it last night, the live stream, and it was a little more dangerous than I originally thought. But I said, if there is just this one beast, I can't see how it is going to take us all down. It was pretty wild, and I like the design, everything, the scorpion tail, a foot-long barb at the end. But I'm just thinking there's 7 of us, and there's a bunch of rats, and a giant, crazy feral dog, cat, whatever it was. Originally, it was like more feline, but then Matt said kind of like a dog too. They looked more, I don't know, some kind of like wild cat-like creature, but sort of a dog with the shape and the body. Either way, we're pretty much doing all right. I mean, the one was doing pretty good in itself, but I just couldn't see it succeeding. But then another one comes in, got a little dangerous. People were getting paralyzed and poisoned and stunned. But we're like this close to beating one. Caleb does banishment. The other one goes back to the abysmal realm. Was it a plane realm? Both maybe is the same thing. It was the abysmal place where demons are. You guys explain to me how there is still a hell where devils go, but this is the abysmal plane. So we have demons. We banished it back there. If Caleb holds it for a minute without getting punched in the face or something like that, we're good. So let's jump in to Talks Machina, because we defeated and won, and we saved Zorth's pits, and Zorth owes us some more bounders. But first, we got to learn how to ride, and we got to take some courses, and we went to other things. I jumped in episode 53, so a little bit of it mashed in with the end of 52. We went right into 53. But either way, that's around where we were. Let's see what we got here. I honestly did not see who was the guest. I got right to the card. I didn't see who the guest was. So, if I had to guess, I feel like Caleb, Liam O'Brien, and the other one, I honestly don't know. Who else would make sense in all this? I don't know. Let's just find out. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Hundreds of shows. If you're seeing this on YouTube, there is a Patreon exclusive hour of every episode of Campaign 2. Hundreds of other shows, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Legend of Korra, Death Note. So many shows in full unedited. Go check it out. Hundreds of movies. If not, episode 52, Talks Machina. Maybe Marisha? I like when her and Liam are on together.
Speaking of, can I just say something before you start your hosting
Say
stuff?
as much as you want.
I
and Liam.
think
Liam.
everybody should refer to their penis as a tiefling, because Matt's accidentally said that, and it made me
Jester
so
did
freaking happy.
Kind of.
Yeah, I think so too. I've seen Twitter took to that pretty well.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
No, I think we should just talk about that.
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's the story of the night.
What'd you do Friday night? My
That's
tiefling
loud.
warlock got into
Let me
some
dive in
trouble.
You gave it a class too?
Hell yeah, I
You
gave
gotta
it a
give it a
class.
class.
Oh my God, why is this-
Yeah,
Yeah, my tiefling rogue.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a
What would
my
your
tiefling
tiefling? Let's see. How would I describe Liam's penis?
A tiefling. I think a
talking
tiefling paladin.
about penises.
Probably a paladin.
Yeah.
And multi-class or just like straight up?
Straight up.
Straight up.
For the cause.
For the cause.
Yeah.
Okay.
My,
With a
pretty
little
good.
bit of healing capabilities.
He's a paladin,
It's-
straight up.
It's strong and a holy experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Max.
It's
If you didn't blow your
strong and
penis
a
off with an
holy
exploding electronic
experience.
cigarette 6 months ago, what would you have?
Oh my God. The topics discussed on the show is
My
Danny
friends, we
losing her
have
mind
some
over
stats
Liam's.
from our pals at Crit Roll Stats.
just
that
got
we
to
must
Crit Roll
get to.
Stats.
As much as
We're
I'd love to
55
hear
hours
Max's, we've got to start the show.
Sure.
Chester, played so brilliantly by you, Laura, got her 5th How Do You Want to Do This of the
There you
campaign
go. How do you want to do
against
this,
the
Jester? Her 5th
Shusuva.
one.
What is it? Is that how it's? Is that what it is? Shusuva?
Those demon dogs things?
Supposedly?
Demon things.
Demon dogs.
Demon
5th How Do You Want to
dogs.
Do
Like,
This?
no one said
Is that a lot?
It's one every 10
I didn't
episodes.
even make the
just to
connection
boot.
to the demon dogs.
That joke was for the people.
When
from the pool
Liam,
back.
Mr. Caleb,
That's all they can get.
made a
Bad
reference
jokes.
to Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's the
He did
gift
a
we send to
Ghostbuster
them
reference
that they
in
can
that
receive
fight,
as our
and I didn't make the connection
Caleb,
to
Liam, your character for now, has
Gozer
now dealt
dogs.
over
What are they,
1,400
Gozer
points of
dogs,
damage.
Zool dogs?
Really?
Wow.
I mean, they don't lie.
No, you're wizard.
You're a
but I
wizard,
like
Harry.
to, grow my monks and speed up my robes.
You
and
also can do
You like to grow your monks?
damage.
I like to grow my
He's a
monks.
tiefling monk.
I can.
Are you a tiefling monk under all those?
He doesn't need
Pants.
armor to peck a punch.
In the middle, somewhere in the middle of the battle of this last
He
episode,
doesn't
Travis
need
is all like,
armor
"Oh
to
man,
pack. Look at her.
gotta do
Look at
something about
Laura's
Yasha's
laughing.
AC. It's like at 15 or 16." I'm over here silently with my fucking 11, going.
You have 11.
Yeah, but okay, but if you do your shield
Sure.
and you have some
I
other
can get as
feat
high
thingy,
as 19. That's the highest
that's
thing.
pretty good.
It's okay.
That's higher than
Oh,
mine.
why is Yasha's AC so low?
Hi,
That is
Because
weird.
she's a barbarian.
Smoking weed.
I think
I
we
think
should.
Grog's AC was low for a while too.
Yeah. But he
Yeah.
had 1,000 hit points.
He
Yeah,
did
but
have
he
1,000
got
hit
to
points.
1,000 hit points, but he started
No,
with a low
I'm
AC.
pretty sure he started with
When you
1,000.
rage and it halves your damage, I mean that kind of balances things out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Also-
I don't.
Somebody
I
told
don't
me
know, I
that at
think
the
the
end
math
of
is
this
correct.
episode
Maybe.
is a thing
Oh, man.
about
Back to my
the
She's
Grog
emotionally
one-shot or
very
something like that,
powerful,
but not to watch it because it's a
Yes.
spoiler.
Yes, let's talk about your tiefling.
So there's no after
Frumpkin
hours, I'm guessing, but
got
who
his
knows?
first
All I
natural
know is
20 to
not to
perceive the
watch
rats
that
and the Shusu
at the end
rats.
of this.
True, he's
So I'm
usually
guessing that
shit
might
for
be
perceiving things.
the
I
after
feel like
hours.
he's easily distracted.
No, I just
We'll
have
find
Chester
out.
and
Why do you
Fury
have
right
both
now.
of them? I need
Because
one.
they're my friends.
He's right there on the shelf. He's okay.
Laura is holding
Yeah.
herself.
Do you
Okay.
want to switch? Do you want to cuddle
Yes.
Chester?
Yes.
Okay, give me-
Inappropriate.
Give me
Purity.
kitty.
Can't cuddle yourself. I mean, you
All they
can.
are is
Can.
inappropriate,
That's called
though, so
feral. What
it's
was
only-
the title of the episode?
Feral Expositions. What was it called, Danny?
Feral business?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Episode?
Feral
Is
of
it?
That's what I
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Feral business.
Guys, our first question of the night. I
Feral.
apologize.
Oh my God, we haven't even
It
gotten to a
comes from
question.
Freya
I love it. We're
Jorgensen.
so all over the place.
Okay.
Proud of you.
And it's for Liam.
Yes.
Look at his face.
How much of that disguised self was just Liam missing being Laura's twin?
Pierre Jurensen.
Well, I
We're diving
admire
right
Laura
in.
Bailey a great deal, and I love
like
her very much. She's one of my closest friends on Earth. So it was about 100%.
100%.
About 100%. But story-wise, no. That was just what came off the top of his head. But Liam just, I like to have fun in my D&D games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How
That's the
dare
second time
you?
we've been twins in this game.
Having fun.
in this campaign,
Mm-hmm.
what did I do that I've forgotten? Or how did we do it?
I think we looked like each other.
Oh,
again.
you disguised self
Yeah,
again earlier?
I feel like we did
I
that.
don't remember.
I
don't
honestly
remember that.
think
Did
we
I have
did.
a
remembering.
dream?
Maybe you're remembering. Some people call it Campaign 1.
No.
Oh, boy.
No, I
No,
feel
honestly,
like we
I
looked like
think
each other
Laura's
in
right.
another episode.
We do miss being twins. When we sat next to each other, both in just like sound check at the live show, and then even in the when the
I
show
feel
got
like
going,
Laura's
and
right.
I wasn't
I
even. I'm
vaguely
dead. He's
remember-
dead. That guy.
Because I have
Spoiler.
it since
It felt
campaign
it
one.
felt
I vaguely
real. We were
remember
talking about it too. It just felt really
knowing
good
that
to sit
that
next
was
to
a
each
thing,
other
but I could be wrong,
and
too.
gossip and
Yeah.
yeah.
This is our first Talks Machina together in a really long time.
It is.
Yeah.
Wait, what were
I
you
honestly
gossiping
did
about,
not
though?
put them
All sorts of
together.
My
Yours
tiefling?
specifically.
Guys, we have a question for Laura.
Satan's pleasure.
For Satan's pleasure? Do you know what? That's what my tiefling has tattooed on it. Druid at Heart wants to know, Laura, has Jester's view on Caleb changed since his backstory
my God.
reveal?
No.
Okay.
That's all we got.
I feel
dead at.
I
I thought it said dead at
I
heart.
feel like it makes more
Druid at
sense
heart.
that he's more standoffish, and it made me feel way more guilty for the times that
I feel like everyone's
I
got
gave
a-
him shit.
I
for
mean, his is
being
a little
muddy and
darker.
stinky and stuff.
for other reasons, murdering
For
your
not
parents
having
is
a ton of
not
real
common.
outside life
I
experience.
only know a few people that have done that
she's
in my
fairly young,
daily
so not
life.
like a ton of outside life experience. She seems pretty okay with the flaws in other people and
Well-
giving them room to grow and stuff like that. Where does that come from?
She doesn't have a lot of experience with other people, so flaws are just people. I
Hmm.
don't think she expects anybody to be something.
I also think you learn to be an asshole, usually from your parents.
And my mom's really fucking cool.
Like, great, cool.
Were we
Yeah.
singing
absent.
I'm an
So,
asshole?
a mix
in
of
the live
absent
stream
and super
yesterday?
cool.
I feel like
Yeah,
that
but
came.
Yeah.
even
something
though
about I'm
Jester
an
didn't
asshole,
venture
Dennis
outside
Leary.
of
Look it up if you haven't heard of
her
it, it's
surroundings very
amazing.
often, a lot of people came
Wrote a
to
song
her,
about being an
and so
asshole.
she did get the opportunity to see a lot of different types of people come and go, and
That's true.
a lot of different interactions when they didn't realize maybe that she was watching. There's a lot of times that she, would sneak around and listen to conversations or watch conversations. And
Oh man, that means she must have heard.
Peepholes and stuff, like a lot of peephole action.
not like she's spying on, her mom or
I like
anything,
how
but,
Brian was saying
they
that's
live
right to the
above a
camera.
fucking bar, so she got the opportunity to see a lot of stuff.
Oh my God, but she's heard like state secrets.
I've said this
Probably.
You
before.
heard about the
those of you who don't
most
know, I
bizarre
grew up above a bar.
perversions, like the gamut.
Till I was, like,
fascinating
8.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Some guy
6,
crying
7,
to
8, somewhere
your
around there.
mother
I don't
about
remember.
all the things
But for, like,
he feels sad about. His life.
Yeah.
At least a half a decade.
She got paid, to
Plus.
listen a lot of times.
Yeah.
I lived right above a bar,
Wow.
and I can remember seeing
That's
things
cool.
out the window and
You
stuff.
wanna,
It was fun.
wanna trade
I like
drinks
as a
for that?
kid, I always thought it was entertaining. You just heard lots of noise and
Just a minute.
Just for a second.
craziness.
Do you want to tell the people what you're drinking now, Liam?
Delicious tea.
Lactaid. Guys, for both of you,
My father
in
ran
a
the
place
bar.
tonight.
He owned and ran the bar.
You were in a place.
I'm in
We
a
loved to
place.
love
I'm in a happy place.
Then he sold the building.
Play video
and we
games
moved,
with my
and that was
best
the end of that.
friend. Sonora Palmer wants to know for both of you, how do your characters feel finally setting foot in Xhorhas? Is it everything the Empire told them it would or wouldn't be? Or are they seeing some discrepancies in the stories they've been told?
That's,
I mean, it's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, but it's also pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it's metal as fuck, sure, but it's
But
like
is it
it's
what you
rough.
thought?
And there's none of the civilization that at least Caleb's accustomed to. We have all the good museums and the opera house and
That's
all
true.
that, and they have like giant turtles.
Giant turtles!
Did you think about Dark Tower when he was describing that?
I thought about Neverending
Didn't we
Story.
talk about Dark
Oh, yeah,
Tower?
Neverending
We talked
Story
about
for
Dark
sure.
Tower.
I love the
We
description
definitely
of that
talked
tower.
about Dark
and
Tower.
the
It had to have been
little
related to that.
Almost
because
pagoda,
I
like,
can't remember
hooks of 'em,
specifically.
which I imagine also are akin to the armor that the Xhorhasians wear. Just that sort of
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Like the,
Yeah, the things. Yeah. Wow.
just the
Yeah.
little tieflings on the side.
yeah, I like that.
So it's crazy, but do
I
you
gotta
think
check out Dark
it's
Tower.
everything
one
they
time,
said
one
it would
time.
be and more?
We were
or
joking
do you think
about
it was?
I think it was a clever name I made previously.
It just seems really different.
saying,
Like it's obviously, and I mean, on my
never
part, I think
existed.
obviously it couldn't
Doesn't
be
exist.
this
What are you talking about?
place full of scary stories.
Tower
Like it was a
movie,
fairy
Dark Tower
tale parable to people. Like they'll take you away to Xhorhas and torture you alive. It is definitely rough, and the customs are totally different. But it's a real place, so I think it's interesting for them to see, especially a city.
Something
just
weirds
going
me
to a new
out about
place.
Gilmore not
Yeah.
having eyes on the pillow.
Along those lines,
Whenever I see the pillow,
Axel
I'm
the
like,
key
I
asks,
really like that.
as
It looks
someone
very
whose
South
goals
Parkish.
involve taking down people in the
But it
Empire,
creeps
does
me out
making
that he has no
allies in
eyes.
Xhorhas seem beneficial or terrifying?
Who wants to take people down in the Empire?
They say Caleb does.
They? Who's they?
The person asking the question.
Maybe.
I mean, Caleb hasn't specifically talked about taking anybody down.
You want to take? I thought you wanted to take the people down that hurt you.
yeah. What about
Said
the?
that.
I'm sitting on
He
it.
hasn't said that.
So this question is
Bo
null
kind
and
of
void.
indicated that in
question
that
said,
conversation they had, but
Since
Caleb didn't
Caleb's
really,
agenda has something to
hardcore
do with taking
confirm
down
that.
the Empire,
Because he's
He's
so
like,
focused
false.
on
He's
other
an Empire
things.
spy.
you lose good
Well, don't-
Caleb
days.
is
Yeah, don't
still
start getting
super
into
ingrained
weird.
in the Empire.
Is it because?
Oh my God! I figured it
No,
out.
don't start that shit, because then I'm gonna have to go home and read about it all night. I don't have time for that shit.
Caleb,
That's interesting,
Liam,
man.
Liam made a
I don't
face
think he knows what he wants,
like,
but
Yeah.
it's not like he's
like
got a
that's,
boner to go
you're
kill
getting
everyone
too
that he
close
was
to
connected
the truth.
Enough dick talk tonight.
Enough
I'm just
dick
kidding.
Doesn't have a hard tiefling.
Let's keep it coming. Is this tiefling still full of lead? Laura, Autumn Under Fire wants to know.
Inappropriateness of
This episode saw Jester taking the forefront in diplomacy for the first time. How did she feel about the responsibility, and how does she believe she fared?
She thinks she did awesome.
Of course. Yep.
I mean, she
I
did
think I
good.
said before,
She
Jester
did
has
good.
no
I ain't
idea
gonna
that
take her thunder.
charisma is not as high as, Bo's or. Is Bo's charisma high?
It's okay.
What is your charisma?
It's
Super high.
Ford and then Caleb in the group.
Yeah, hers is not very good, and
Bo's
Knott's
is
is
like-
even
Ford
worse.
and then Caleb over Caduceus for wait.
But,
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. I don't think Caduceus
It was
has great.
super fun. I was
Yeah.
so stoked about it, and Jester was too.
She felt she just killed
What does
it.
he have? He has really
Yeah,
high.
I mean,
is it
she got
charisma?
they got
He
what
has
they
really
wanted out of
high
it, right? I don't know what the point
Maybe
of
it's
it was
perception.
really. In fact, the whole time we were on our way over there, I kept going, why are we going to talk to her?
What's going on?
Why do we want to talk to her? And then we were the ones going in, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, she seemed really cool, actually, so.
What was her name?
Oleus.
Awesome drow.
Oh shit, I said this
Chick.
like 8 times
Yeah, I
on
was
the
gonna
critical
say.
recap.
Lady.
Lady Zethris Oleos.
Yeah.
Oleus.
And Oreo is all
Yeah,
for
that's
Oleos.
right, that's right.
right. Matt comes up with the
Zethris
coolest names.
Oleos.
He really does.
They're so weird and interesting. Liam,
Yeah.
BJJ
Did I say
2015,
Oleus? I don't know.
BJJ.
Either way, it's
Brazilian
Oleus.
Jiu-Jitsu, probably. Steve,
Second
that's what you
guessing
do, right?
myself because I think I'm wrong. She was wonderful.
Good name.
Does
Honestly,
Caleb
I
feel
said
out of
in the
place
live
in
stream, I thought she
Xhorhas
was
or
gonna
unsure about working with the
like,
Xhorhasian
not necessarily
government,
be
having
evil,
been
but
taught
not
so
be
much about
as
how the Empire are good? Does he
welcoming,
feel at all like
I
he's
guess you'd say,
abandoning
as
his
she was.
people? And is he scared of being used or manipulated by more political powers?
He's not scared of being manipulated. I think that's done. I think that he went all in for country and realizes that that is a load of horse shit. So he's not going to get, he's not worried like I might get caught up, and I'm not, and Liam's not worried about it either. But he doesn't really have a definitive opinion about, again, I just feel like Caleb is about contradictions, and part of him feels wrong being out of the Empire, not because he needs to go back and work for the Empire, but because everything that matters is there. But he's being tugged by his,
Oh, is he?
he's been pulled by the tiefling, right in his Xhorhas.
What is this episode becoming?
Becoming, have you been on this show?
That's what I said. In my head, it's like, this makes complete sense.
By, like,
I'm not even
emotional ties to
phased by it
friends, but
because
also, like,
I'm
the-
so used
the-
to it on a weekly
the-
basis.
Yeah, can we leave the new coffee table alone
This
for
might-
5 seconds
this might
while
be
Liam's
mild.
talking? Please continue, sir.
The new coffee table
We're
with
playing
Travis's hat. Is that that's Travis's hat, right?
Hi, buddy.
Coffee table. That's a sweepy boy.
It's a
I will
nice
trade
coffee
places
table.
with you, Henry,
I love
right
natural
now.
wood look.
He's a sleepy boy.
And it's got like some kind of steel.
Goodness. Oh,
He was
no.
so good with
Henry
Ronan.
VIII.
He's so good with babies.
Oh my
He just
gosh.
knows how to chill for as big of a dog as he is. He just knows respect.
He
and-
literally came over and like stretched down in like a yoga pose and laid down right next to Ronan while he was
I
crawling.
saw the picture.
Chill dog, too. He
Yeah,
doesn't
we
jump
lucked
up and
out.
get excited. And it's not like he's shy. He just joins us all.
Yeah, he's got very chill energy. You know, I give him edibles every morning, and I feel like that's helped a lot.
Oh, that
these
does
last
make a big
couple of
deal. Yeah, it's
years.
good.
Yeah, every once in a while he'll start freaking out. But you were saying,
I
sir.
just give him edibles.
Yeah,
People are
government-
gonna
He was getting
riot
tugged.
in the
He
street.
was getting tugged
he
by
was
the
getting a
tiefling.
handy on the border, and we're just talking about friendship, Brian. I'm just talking about friendship.
Yeah, I know.
No, but
you're in
he's-
Sam's kind of friendship.
He does. It does feel off being out of the Empire for sure because it's part of the fabric of who he is. But there's too much being dangled
Oh.
in front of him for what the Xhorhasians and the Kryn dynasty.
I was like so into what he
have,
was saying that I
cooking
was
in
like,
our
oh, we
workshop.
back on
Yeah.
dick
So,
jokes?
So like he's
I
walking
was like,
into
what
a
does that
really
mean?
dangerous
Oh, dick
place,
joke.
but it's not
Dick
like
joke.
home was any less dangerous for him. so.
And he doesn't
Dangles.
want to erect any suspicions.
Oh, we need a tally. We need a tally.
Honestly,
Ding.
Stats is already on it.
ding.
Hey, you draw dicks on Thursdays, and on Tuesdays,
We talk.
we
dicks.
talk about it.
Yeah, you draw
My man is
dicks, we're
cocksure
talking
about what he
dicks.
wants to get done.
Absolutely right.
Technically, we
Tiefling
have to
talks,
as
Machina.
Oh, that's my
journalists.
show.
I don't know what you are. I was going to say journalists. You're not
It's time for gift of the week.
Oh, is that what it is? It's time for gift of the week. Yeah, if you're gonna, I mean, hey, if we weren't professional, we would stop talking about dicks. If we weren't
Okay, sorry.
This is what we do. Max, are you asleep? Good God. He's eating a Starburst with a wrapper on. Look, our winner for Campaign 2, Episode 52, was sent in by Devin Duggar. Cool name, right?
Yeah.
At my Shikswin. Let's take a look.
goth.
I love it so much.
It looks like she's smelling the jacket. We're goth. I feel like when this happened, I was saying they look like they're voguing. They almost look like they're voguing.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Liam didn't say anything.
Yep. Congrats to you, Devin
Oh, you
Duggar.
deserve this gothish show.
Well, that was a very.
You have won this gothy
That was.
as
It wasn't
fuck
bad.
Whispered
But that was a
one
very
tea,
simple one.
Available
There
in
wasn't
the
a whole.
US
I was like
shop.
waiting for
the
something.
UK
I
shop
mean,
to follow soon. See, last
it did
week
what it
I said
was
it was in the
supposed to do, I
UK
guess.
shop, and then people
it wasn't a
called
whole
me a
lot.
liar.
I'm Gosh.
Which I was,
Tells
because
and
that was a lie.
participates. It's
I was
funny.
pre-excited
But I
about
feel like there wasn't
being-
a whole lot
This is the
put into it.
softest piece
Fail.
of material
Not in my top 10.
that has touched my skin since
I mean, it was good.
Liam's
It was good.
t-shirt.
It's worth a
Soft
t-shirt. There you
shirt
go, you
with
get
the
a t-shirt.
hardest content. That skull design, Lauren Ipson designed that
I gotta
skull.
order
and
that
it is
still.
so fucking
we were talking
metal.
about it in the live
Yeah.
stream because
It's
Travis
so
was
good.
wearing it.
Yeah.
Travis wore it,
Man.
and I want it.
I hear some serious deicide when I see that. You know about deicide?
No, what?
Do you know about, who else, Max? Do you know about Poison the Well? Do you know about Lamb of God?
I don't know what's
I
going on.
don't. What is he talking
Is he
about?
talking metal?
Let's
groups?
get to some more questions.
Lamb of God.
Do you know about any like
sounds
Norwegian death metal?
Are you talking
Death
about,
metal,
like,
I knew
Charles
it.
and Jaffe
I
cult
didn't know
stuff?
some of
No,
those, but
I'm
Lamb
naming
of
bands.
God, death metal. One of the girls I
Yeah,
used to
naming
date was
bands that I
really into metal.
I do too.
And she used to listen to
I
and
do
go to
too.
concerts, and
Same
I
deal.
Yeah. I
went
hear him at the
once,
dentist.
and I was like, I'm good.
Guar,
Nothing
same
against
deal.
it. It ain't my
Guar,
thing.
dude. Matt made a
If I
Guar
want to
reference.
be
and,
aggressive
was it
and
Search
wild
for
out,
Brown?
I go to the gym or I box
Laura.
or something like that.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
don't
are
need to go to a
gossiping.
concert
Coach
and
Veratu
feel like I'm
wants to
fighting
know.
half the
Ready.
world.
The Krins, is it Krin, right? Is that right?
Crean.
Crean?
I think it's.
How do you say it, Danny? Because you're the authority
Crean.
on the subject.
I mean, I'm really not, but I say crean.
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 Laura, the Kreen seem very tolerant of many different races, but are also very set on this singular faith around the Luxon?
Luxon.
Luxon. Will this dissuade Jester from spreading the news of the traveler in Jorhas? If she got the chance, would a prank be in the cards, or does she feel that'd be too risque?
It's all on the table, yo.
It's all on the
Really?
table, yeah. I was gonna say if she says
Nothing is sacred to Jester.
it's kind of like she
How'd you
can't
feel a
say,
couple weeks
she
ago
can't
when you almost
tell.
died?
That'd be blasphemy.
I have no
You're
backup.
not in the
Like
realm
nothing.
of
You
telling
haven't thought of
tales
a
like
backup
that.
Not a
character yet.
single idea. Mm-mm. And it came
Have you
close. It
tried
keeps coming
and
close.
you can't, or you just keep forgetting, you don't have time, you don't really believe you'll need it? What's going on
It's kind
there?
of like a living in denial sort of situation. So, okay. So, when I wanted to be an actor when I was younger.
Yeah,
right?
Katie Holmes never did that.
Exactly. I didn't want to, my mom kept telling me I needed a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her I didn't want a backup plan because then it would be easier to fall back on it.
Right.
Right? So,
Understood.
that's how I feel about a backup character. Like, I feel like if I make it, it's like saying that I'm okay with Jester being gone and I'm not.
Wow.
It's the first thing they told us in
She
acting
got
school is if you get a
emotional
fall
there,
on a
I think,
job.
at
I
the
thought
end.
you were supposed to be
I don't
more
know if it
stealthy
was just
than
like,
that. That was not
That only
stealthy
works
at
with
all.
candy.
She looks fine now. I think she got almost choked up. Like Jester is my baby. She can't die. I agree
We
with
need
that
to get you a
philosophy.
backstory.
though.
We need to get you a new character
I
with
agree.
a
Like
backstory.
I don't need a
with,
backup
like-
plan because that ain't
Because
happening.
the thing is you're gonna have to
I'll
come
make
in.
sure
You guys are
that I
level
don't let
8
that happen,
right now?
and then if it happens,
Why
hey,
are you
I'll
talking
figure it
about
out
like
then.
I'm gonna have to come in?
It
Why?
isn't like
just saying,
that I don't
there
want to do
was
the
a close
work.
call. There was
I
a
agree with
close
Laura.
call a
I think
couple
me and
weeks
Laura
ago.
think very
We've
much
already
alike. I say that
established
all the
the
time
fact
with finances and
Matt
money
is
and
not
stuff.
pulling any punches.
I know, and
I
I keep
look at that as
not
quitting
playing very
or
smartly.
accepting failure.
What do you mean? What could you be
Like-
doing differently?
Staying away from hand-to-hand stuff.
Okay. Do you have a lot of range stuff?
Well, here's the thing. I have some really good spells that are up
Spiritual
close.
weapon
Yeah.
is slightly
but
ranged.
I can only use, so I don't want to be next to somebody, so I can invoke duplicity, right?
Okay. Right.
So if I invoke duplicity, though, then that's my bonus action, so then my spiritual weapon is useless. So it's like, and it takes a concentration. So if I have bless up, then I can't invoke duplicity. So it's like a, it is a juggling act, which all
Yeah, it is.
spellcasters
Yeah.
deal with.
Yeah.
But
She's basically saying it'd
so
be
yeah, so
nice. If I
my
could do
fix
both.
for that is
It'd
just
be
to
real
go in
nice
and
if I could
what
do
are you doing?
duplicity while
It's just to
having
go in and
spiritual
take
weapon
care of
out.
it myself, but then I
you
shouldn't
can't.
do that because that's how I almost died in the game zero, session
Right?
zero.
I feel like
At
Yeah,
home,
that's right.
Before we even started playing on the stream.
That's
I
right.
haven't played, so I'm.
Ooh, it's
I'm not
tough.
a
And you
rule
have an
maker.
AC of 11, Liam?
Yeah, that's why I always stay 100 feet back, man.
Yeah,
AC
exactly.
of 11
What's your
right now.
what HP
See,
are you at right
like
now?
it never really comes up because Caleb is
60-something, I
usually
think.
Towson's at 60.
out of range, and if he gets hit, it's usually a high
Hey,
roll,
for
and I
you
don't
guys
really
both.
acknowledge it
Poe's lawyer
because I'm
wants to know.
thinking like whatever.
Do Caleb and Jester see the Empire versus Kreen war as good versus evil, or just one political faction versus another? Do they care enough to even take
the
sides?
Empire versus Crean?
I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, you're even a third party.
But yeah, I'm not even part of the Empire. I know you were
Honestly,
asking those Empire
who
questions earlier, and I'm
gives
like,
a shit?
I'm not
what
from
she
there
is.
either.
But do you think it's good versus evil, or
That's
do you think it's
what
just
she
political bullshit?
Political bullshit. I don't think
Yeah.
the Kryn are necessarily evil, but I don't know.
I also don't think that any of us know like why the war, like what the real motivations are
I
for the people in
think
power. Yeah, lay it out.
that the Empire stole a lot of artifacts.
Okay.
I think the Empire stole the dodecahedron.
Sure.
The Kreen just want it back. And now we have it, and we're fucking everything up.
Interesting.
Kren Empress is a batch.
She's a
The
total,
cringe.
but like misunderstood at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
I mostly think that. I think for Caleb that it's obviously just a big mess and it's two powerful countries trying to retain their edge. Caleb will still
Who
have
else
like
wore that jacket?
nostalgia or
Didn't someone
emotional
else have
ties.
that jacket Liam's
obviously
wearing?
for where he's born and raised, but he knows that they're just is flawed.
And now
and
she's
awful.
playing with it. She psychically heard.
They're
me.
flawed and awful. They're
She started
terrible.
playing
They're terrible
with the
people. They're
patches on
really
the
terrible
jacket.
people.
I feel like I saw Marisha or someone
evil.
wear that. If not,
Well,
I might have
evil.
seen it on another show
some.
or something. It looks very familiar.
Interesting. What are you looking at?
I don't know.
She was checking out my.
Are you trying to see the Ford bus? It's right behind
no,
you.
What is it? A
So I'm-
foxhound?
Stop
symbol?
dropping
Checking
Kiri
out
on the
foxhound
ground.
symbol. What was
I have
that?
my tea
gotta know
over
more.
here, and
Tell
then
me
the
more about
fireplace is
that.
behind it, and it looks like my tea is like in my side, in my peripheral. It looks like my tea
And
is like
Earthquake is
really
on-
steaming a lot, and then I realize it's the fireplace.
Max,
It
did you
keeps
put
catching my
shrooms
attention.
in Laura's tea again?
Shrooms and tea.
I can't believe this.
It is the
Steve, I told you
way
to
to
keep
be.
an eye on him.
Shrooms and tea.
Liam, Cattywampus wants to know,
Cattywampus.
knowing what we know about Caleb's trauma, are you bothered by the idea and/or implications of Orly's magical gem dust tattoos? Does it feel too similar to what Trent was doing?
Oh,
Yeah, right? Right?
had you thought about that yet?
Yeah, but
I
not
honestly
heavy.
didn't.
I mean, because this is like this, and that was like.
Yeah, but tattoos are a thing. Everyone knows tattoos are a thing.
I don't think I would.
Yeah, I mean, it was like he was
I
putting
didn't make a
tieflings in his
connection,
arm.
but honestly, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's two totally different kinds
Those
of
don't
things.
belong there.
Yeah, I mean,
Who
it's
knows?
crossed. It's
I-
crossed his in my mind,
I'm a
but
genius.
it was such a different thing.
Gilmore has no eyes.
I don't know.
Gestures.
It's just the ink on the skin, magic
Get
ink on the
crushed in
skin,
middle of
man.
those
Yeah.
people.
That sparkles.
Didn't trigger anything. Sparkles, like
And
the Twilight
crazy magical
vampires.
powers.
Well, I mean, in theory, that's what was going on when Caleb was a kid too, but
Oh my god.
I don't want to say too much.
But like yours would be like total like super amplified of like it's magic dust that gets tattooed and you were
Wow.
putting straight up crystals, then you must have been like super amplification.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mega tiefling power.
Oh,
If anyone
shit.
could convince him to get a tattoo, though, it would
Look
be
at
Jester.
Laura's getting
Big tiefling
getting
energy.
info. We're getting info
Yeah,
about
that's the
Caleb.
Good, that's
Tattoo.
good.
BTE.
A big
Boy.
Corinne Tower, barbed tower dick right on his back. Shit,
Blood
someone's gonna draw that
band.
now.
Blood
God,
band.
someone's gonna draw that now. Yeah.
I'll be checking Tess
A
Fowler's
Corinne
Twitter about 4
Barbed
a.m.
tower dick on his back.
Just teeth laying.
Yes. Oh, let's do it. I'd be down. Let's get that tattoo tonight at Jinkies.
Done.
Laura,
Jinkies.
probably a snail.
Is
wants
that
to
like a
know.
Wilma thing?
That's awesome.
A bar called Jinkies?
Jester seemed nervous
It's gotta
when
be
asked if she had any
related to
tattoos.
Scooby-Doo.
Would she ever consider getting one, self-applied or
Vilma.
otherwise, or is she afraid of the pain that comes with them?
Nah, I'm not afraid of the pain. I
didn't think
can
so.
take it. I'm really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't have any.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would totally get them. Sure. Why not?
Are you guys gonna get a Mighty Nine tattoo?
Maybe.
I don't have any tattoos.
We talked about
me?
that
No.
on one
I
of the
have no
things. I don't know if it was
tattoos
talks.
are
No,
I think it was
dumb.
during
So stupid.
Talks Machina when
Wouldn't want a
everyone
Can
was
you
on last
believe I
week.
have
want magic
zero
tattoos.
tattoos? With everything that I've done to myself
I
in
know,
my
that
lifetime.
is really crazy. And now
That-
there's like so
I
much
honestly
pressure,
am
right?
surprised.
Because you don't have any, so like the
I
first
told
one has to be
myself,
super special.
well, I was gonna get an LFO tattoo. Do you remember LFO?
Oh my God, LFO.
I wasn't gonna get.
I-
Okay, let me clarify. I wasn't gonna get like the name LFO tattooed on my arm. Don't be ridiculous. I was gonna get
That's
some of
what
the
I thought.
lyrics
Oh yeah, yeah.
to a song of theirs called "Golden Rain."
Don't be ridiculous.
Liam.
I wouldn't get the name of the band, but instead the lyrics
B.
of one of their
Celadine
songs.
wants to know.
Maybe
Is Caleb starting to feel
subtly
concerned
better,
at the
I
party's
guess.
knack for getting
But
sidetracked?
people are going to
or is he
ask,
fine
oh,
as
those
long
are
as he's not
amazing
around
lyrics.
anyone
What is that from? An
Rexford?
LFO
Yeah,
song.
he's I mean,
It's slightly
he
better
doesn't
because
really
the
have
second you
an
see
agenda
LFO,
of
you
where he
know if
needs
you
to
know.
go.
But lyrics,
He's
there'd
just
be
looking
some
to
explaining
experience.
do.
So like he doesn't want to go on a
But Brian,
booze
I don't know if that
cruise
excuse
or
is
join a
good
book
enough.
club.
And I
Well, maybe
still
he won't join a
appreciate
book
it.
club.
I would.
But you know,
Love you
he wouldn't
all
want to
the
do
same if
anything
you had
boring.
alpha.
But this group doesn't do
I'm shocked
anything
that he doesn't have
boring.
a
They're
tattoo.
sticking their nose
He looks
into
like a
all
tattoo
kinds
kinda
of
guy.
dangerous and interesting places.
Yeah.
And they just keep going places that have things he's interested in. So
Yeah.
yikes.
Where the fuck was that?
Oh
Where
my
did you
God!
get
It's
that
one
from?
of those beetles
What are you talking about?
from like the
Why
Mummy.
was that on the table, Max?
Is it called like
Came out of
something with an
Charleston's
S?
anus.
It's been there, he says.
It's like a sack.
I mean, it has.
It's been there like your dirty laundry's been out in the hallway for 2 weeks.
Oh
Hey, speaking of,
my
Your
God!
personal
look at
stuff,
Lori.
not on camera.
Your single eyebrow is almost like its own creature.
it is. It's a thing of wonder.
Does it ever jump off your forehead and run around the house?
Yeah, you ever have to catch it with like a fly swatter?
Back on
Get
there.
on my-
Caressing
what are you doing?
a
Speaking
gross
of
giant
books
beetle.
and stuff,
Yo.
the new thumbnails that seem to be magically appearing on the Critical Role Twitch banner and the new episode that just went up, youtube.com/Critical
The
Role.
new thumbnails are the one I'm posting.
You have this cool harness that you had on for that photo shoot that we're at with the books in there.
Yeah, huh?
I'm gonna have
do
to
you wanna
look,
tell
but I
anybody
think
where
they're
you
talking
got that
about
from?
the
They
new
were
these.
custom made.
Let's
Custom
see. I
made.
can look right now.
can,
Where
I
is
guess,
it?
find info and put it on.
I've seen a
You
lot
were
of
so-
tweets about
I
this.
was so excited.
Fucking giddy that
There
one.
he is.
'cause
It was
the
amazing.
guy
That
that
right
made
there.
He
him.
Yeah.
came and brought it and he put it on him and we were all like,
See that?
oh,
I
shit.
still
You
have it
must have
queued
seen a
up
And then he
here.
happier-
We
like
just
started
watched.
Never seen a
jumping
happier
around
art
and ran
dad in
to
your
the
life.
mirror.
Yeah, and I feel really bad because I'm brain lapsing on his name. I met him right before the photo shoot, but now I have to get it
Yeah,
out
look at that.
onto
It's a little
social. But
holster with a
I don't know if he's going to
I
make
see, I
like
didn't even,
200.
like, really pick
Everyone has
up
been
on it.
asking about
I
them.
saw it, but
Pro tip,
I'm
guys,
not kidding
as
you.
far
I
as
thought it was a
clothes
gun
goes, because I know
holster
like
until
people
he
are
just
like,
said
look
it.
at that shirt that he's wearing. Where do you get it? I will never answer that question. That comes
There's
all
a
the time,
freaking
and here's
gun
why. Because
holster
one
book
time someone
thing.
said like, "Where'd you get that sweater?" And I answered, and then 2 hours later, somebody else said, "Where'd you get that sweater?" So
yeah.
like, I either have to never answer that question, or answer it 7 times a day, every day. There is a scarab on your
A
boobie.
scarab.
See, what I do is
There is
people
a
ask me
scarab
what
on your
product I
bubby.
use in my hair.
Yeah.
And so I reply to every person on Twitter and tell them a different product.
Oh. You
What do you use in your hair?
troll.
What do I use in my hair?
Yeah.
I use tiefling tears, otherwise known as. Have you seen There's Something About Mary?
Demon semen.
Demon Semen? I was in a band called Demon Semen
Demon
years ago.
tiefling.
Laura.
I love it. Demon
Stoner
semen.
Panda 420 wants to know.
He was right. Liam was
Really?
right in
That's
on that
No,
joke.
this is Marish.
He goes, "You ever see something about Mary?" And he
It's
already
been a
was
while
there.
since the
Demon semen.
detectives were on the case.
Tiefling,
How did it feel
love
to be
it.
partnered up with Knot again? And has your
Genius.
dynamic changed
They're all
since the
geniuses.
revelations about Knot's past?
I mean, it felt awesome. I think we're the best pairing ever, and we get a lot of stuff
I
done.
said,
You know,
people were saying last
Um,
night,
I don't
Grog
think
and Scanlon are great,
that- I
but
mean-
not in Jester. I haven't had as many experiences
it's
with
interesting
Grog
to
and
find out that
Scanlon,
Knot's a mom.
but not in Jester are pretty
What do you
great.
mean it's interesting
It's
to find
almost
out?
I think
ridiculous.
you know, for
I guess
Jester to
Scanlon and
find
Grog
out
would
that
probably be too in a different way.
Knot has
but
a,
they're
a
like
child
so
that kind of changed the way
crazy.
she looked at Knot a
You'd
little
think
bit.
it wouldn't even
because
get to that
she
point
knows
'cause
what that
it would
relationship
just not
means.
even get that far, but it does, and it works.
And she is just devastated for Knot that
So
she
there's-
can't be with her son.
really
Yeah,
a
because there's
heartbreaking,
someone
too.
out there thinking about Knot the way that Jester thinks about her mom.
What seemed terrible to me was that she didn't have that because her son, like we saw the way her son reacted to her, right?
Yeah.
So that she's missing that now is worse
Right, yeah.
than if she was just away from it, than to have it like ripped away.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead, you finish.
No, but you know,
Yeah.
that's all.
It's tough.
I
That's
also
all.
think it's really interesting to think and sad to think about the way that Knot is, because before that revelation, you could think like, well, she's just a crazy little goblin and a little
Right.
alcoholic goblin. They're a whole weird little bunch of weirdos,
That's
weird little.
Yeah.
what I thought.
They're monster people, right? But she's a citizen, right? She's a citizen of the empire who is out of control with grief and it does nutty things because she's so down on herself and like so, throwing caution to the wind out of grief.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
I keep thinking,
yeah.
like, I thought about so many times just her not taking a bath. When you guys went to the bathhouse and her just choosing not to, and it just makes me so sad.
Where you're like, oh no, now she's going to be stinky like Caleb.
At the time, I just thought it was like, oh, she doesn't like to bathe because she's a goblin.
You know
But
what made her swim?
I know.
It's like even worse.
It is
No,
even
but
worse.
Caleb cast
She did-
suggestion to make her swim.
Yeah.
But then we just asked her to, and she did.
That's true.
Team
She
play.
is not the brave.
No,
Yeah, that's true.
everyone's
That
getting
is
so
the
like
name that
sad and
Sam picked
emotional
for-
about the whole thing.
Let's give
Because
away.
they're basically like, I mean, I thought the same thing. Fan art of the week. We were thinking Knot was just a crazy little alcoholic goblin. And there's obviously reasons. She drowned.
Oh, sorry.
Was alive
This week's
as a
fan art winner
halfling.
for Campaign 2, Episode
Killed.
52 was sent in by Hummed with Mystery. At Hummed with.
mystery.
Let's take a look.
Oh
Yes.
my God, that looks awesome.
What's cooler than that?
My God.
That is a giant.
That's very cool. I dig that one.
Like the armor on
It
the
reminds me
legs.
of.
That looks like a lodge or a
Laura?
casino or
Morta?
something. Like Foxwoods came to life.
Was it Mora?
dude.
The
Wait,
this turtle-looking thing
No.
in
He's got a
Never Ending
little
Story.
hat, too, that is a building.
Moi-
look
I
at
can't
that.
remember if it's
Oh, look at
Mora
he's
or
got like a
Moira.
harness in his mouth, though. I feel
I
bad
could be
for
wrong.
him.
Probably
Both of
feels
them.
really cool.
But that's pretty freaking awesome.
Look, he can't pull his neck back into his shell.
I like how there's
really
one
know.
guy.
You want to.
I
He's
mean,
so
it looks
beautiful.
beautiful.
You don't know that.
But I love how there's one guy
Oh, no. What if
harnessing
they're
that
really
turtle.
peaceful
I
and
feel like
the-
that turtle with the greatest of
Jorhasian
ease
Empire
would
has them,
fling
like,
that man
enslaved.
500,000 feet.
So they
in
can
the air.
use them as
Then
cities.
you'll have to
Maybe
free
not
them
500,000.
later on in the
Pretty
campaign,
all
and then
tortoises.
you guys can build houses on
But it
top
looks
of there,
beautiful.
and
But we'll
Looks great.
ask them first.
Like,
oh,
look at that
well,
turtle.
yeah, ask them like what their
Matt said
load
the
bearing
turtles-
capacity is, and
Oh.
then build the houses accordingly.
Yes. Matt said they were
Congrats
like 60 to 80
To you, 100th Street.
in in
You have
length
won this
or something
padonkadonk
from
tabletop tray
shell to
from our
shell,
friends at Wormwood
edge.
Gaming.
I love Padonkadonk
Worm
wood.
life.
This is
Padonkadonk.
pronounced padonkadonk.
Paddock. What is it? Isn't it Pat?
Make sure to check them out at wormwoodgaming.com
Amazing.
or their series
Ooh, that's
Worm Life,
really
too.
pretty. That's
It is.
really
It's
pretty.
got a lot of
That wood so much.
yeah. It says Worm Life on the inside. No, it says
I
Wormwood.
saw on Talks Machina that you guys have wood called Padonkadonk. I want my Padonkadonk tray.
Yeah, dude.
What is it
Sorry,
actually
sir.
called?
Paddock.
You know, it's spelled
It starts with a P.
P-A-D-A-U-K.
I think it's Paddock.
Paddock. Paddock.
Padouk.
Paddock.
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 Padonkadonk.
It's Paddock.
You can enter our weekly contest by emailing your GIF or fan art.
Padonkadonk.
To
It's
submit.
the funny thing is it's not even close.
Oh.
Oh, God, I love it even more.
At TalksMachina.com.
It already
Should
was
really move
funny.
that away
Now
from your
they've
groin
they've
for the
Rules for
added
our
to the funny.
contests. Yeah, let's get it away from
Now.
Yeah.
Rules for our contest available at careerroll.com. Moving on.
Man, get a load of Brian's Kenku.
This has to stop. You
My,
cannot turn every race in D&D into a dick joke.
my
Kenku.
Kenku,
Put my
Look at his
hand down.
Kenku.
Put it down.
my Kenku brings all the tieflings to the yard.
So kangaroos are tits and
Oh.
tieflings are dicks? Is that what we've decided?
He didn't
That's what
sing
we've
it.
Okay,
decided.
okay.
He spoke
Lots
the
of
words
Kenkus
of the
were
song.
vagines.
Because he's
Okay,
against
that
the
also
singing.
works.
Because the singing
Lots
gets
of
his
draw
problems.
Thursday
I
night.
think those are flumps.
My
That's a D&D creature.
Is it?
Yeah,
no.
they're space aliens who crashed on the world long ago and have since just had to inhabit
I
down
don't like ever calling your vagina flump.
flump.
I'm not okay with it.
No, that does not.
It doesn't sound sexy.
It's not
at
something
all.
that really gets me going.
Yeah, but Kenku.
Your
Kenku
Kenku.
sounds sort of tropical.
Yeah, right?
I think of a
Alright.
nice
I'll go with it.
Pina colada.
Flump,
Yeah.
definitely.
Why
If
don't we
that's
just go
what
with
the-
Tiamat
that
then?
definitely
Oh,
doesn't sound
alright.
flattering. Like flump.
Disapprove of all of
Does yours
this.
have
But
5 heads?
Kenku.
Does yours
does
rise out of
sound
a
like
volcano
tropical, like
occasionally?
exotic.
I'm
Only
so
at Burning
proud of you
Man.
for knowing these things, Brian.
I
know a
still
lot
don't think
about
it sounds
Tiamat.
romantic. It
You wanna know
sounds
why?
more like fitting.
Yes.
I follow Joe
It isn't
Manganello
like
on Instagram.
seductive or anything, I feel like. Just
Hey guys, a question for anyone who wants
right
to
after
answer.
the Joe Manganiello.
Rather Curious Last says, what are everyone's personal theories, both in character and out, of what being consecuted
Oh,
actually
this came up.
means?
The consecuted thing. Are you
I mean, that's when you're
consecuted?
finally a man, I think.
I think consecuted means, let's see, it was her talking about were you consecuted, right?
I almost feel like
And they
it's
also,
something
I
like
think
you
it
have to
means
go
something
through.
about the
With the
being
joke?
reborn.
Yeah.
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think it's
Yeah, because that's what like so much of it is based on.
I
like,
thought so too, but I thought I was being a little too conspiracy theory.
It's bona fide.
See, I don't
He's
not I didn't go
bonafide.
quite that
It's
far. I thought
bonafide, y'all.
consecuted was like you
What
did
if we all
something.
just start talking
I
like
mean,
that
maybe
now?
He's
that would
bonafide.
count. Oh my god! But I thought it was
Wow.
something that would
Y'all drow elves.
that like
Y'all
was
are bona
Y'all
fide.
are you
something that
consecrated?
normal people couldn't do.
You know what?
or
I grew up. What's kind of
access.
fun is
You
I
had
grew
to,
up in a
like, go through
farming
some sort
town.
of
I grew up in a farming
training or
community, and you look like
tribulations,
every
then you're, like,
girl who used to drive
consecuted.
by and tell me to fuck right
But it's
off.
like real. It isn't like you
wear
could, you
that
have to
hat.
actually do
Every
something.
girl?
It isn't like somebody like karate. Like
do.
yeah, you earned your black belt. Like
Except
you
one.
actually have to
Except one.
experience something or go through something.
Exactly.
No joke.
I know,
I
it's
hit
too
you in the
magical.
feeling.
She chose to
Go
live.
fuck yourself.
She chose to live so
Submit.
far away from me.
Go
Hey
fuck
guys,
yourself.
Liam.
See that?
Yes.
Kiri
T. Mandy
pops
the
up.
second says,
Go fuck yourself.
do you
And
often
submit is
worry
still the other
that you
way.
may pick the wrong
Still doing
spells
it.
before the show goes, or do you accept you can't really predict what you will need?
Yeah, I don't worry I will. I just know that I will. I just know
It's
that I will.
kind of inevitable as a
Marisha
wizard.
warned me.
Yeah.
When you have a billion spells and you can only pick a tiny selection.
How many
Fucking
slots?
sucks.
How many slots do you have, Liam?
7.
1,
2,
2, 3,
3.
4, 5, 6. There's the one in the back that you guys don't know about. That's 7.
Oh, I heard Sam talk about
the
it. I
second
heard Sam
butthole.
talk about it.
My second.
It's
butthole.
12 or 13. I can't remember. 12, 13, 14.
Oh my
I
God.
forget exactly.
Way more.
I know everything about my slots, my spell slots, and my penis slots perfectly.
Okay.
I don't forget my spells. I don't make mistakes. I don't do things too many times or too few times.
Ever.
I don't make poor decisions in my D&D games. I don't kill my own D&D characters. I do everything perfectly. And anyone who
Agreed.
says otherwise is probably telling a little bit of the truth.
Liam for D&D Beyond.
Liam for president of D&D Beyond. You heard it here first.
Liam for president.
Laura, may I ask where you currently land in the debate between Sam and Liam for president of D&D Beyond?
Tough call.
Whose values are you leaning more
entertaining.
toward?
I
Neither
feel
of them
like,
have a very long resume when
I
it comes to
feel like-
politics.
I feel like Liam has a stronger platform.
I think.
Is that a dick joke?
He also ran an ad.
Oh my God, that could
That-
be
that's
too.
the only
He has
thing
a
that I know
stronger
of.
platform.
Very high production value.
You really put a lot of money into that. Paid for by
you gotta pay to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to Liam, so Liam.
No, I understand. It would be weird if you said Sam.
Yeah.
But it also wouldn't be. Greg,
would have
where are
been
you
weird
landing
if you
on
said Sam.
D&D Beyond presidential?
I honestly.
Undecided.
Yeah.
I think Sam is the
People
guy
like you
I'd rather
that
hang out
cost
with.
us- Danny.
Even though I love Liam, I think
What-
he would be a great
Where-
time. I just
no,
feel like
no, this
Sam
is
is
very
more
hard
wacky,
for you being,
and I'd like to have a few beers and
you know,
get
queen
crazy.
ship
And
over
Liam's
there,
wacky
but
too.
Where do you
But
land
I'd say
in the D&D
Liam
Beyond presidential
is probably a
race?
better leader.
Well,
probably
contractually,
vote for
as
Liam
Sam's campaign
if it was
manager,
political.
I have to vote for Sam.
Yeah.
Like, but he's also not paying me, so I'm just saying, Liam, that if he were to pay me,
Oh, here we go.
could maybe switch sides.
Danny,
go.
that's not a
Sam
good
finds out about
thing.
this.
Hey, Liam, I
A
don't
last
think I'd
minute
vote for you, but
scandal.
if you give me some money, there
Look,
in
would
the
I am
campaign.
working
Danny,
for
that was
exposure only.
very horrible.
And
Liam's gonna go home and cry.
I feel very exposed.
Listen, my shell corporation will talk to your shell corporation after the show.
Oh, that's
So Danny's
interesting.
basically saying,
My
I don't
shell
like you.
corporation is
No,
called,
I'm
called
I'm half
Tiefling,
joking.
Tiefling, and Tiefling.
But she's also saying she's corruptible. If you pay her off, she's corruptible. Horrible person to have on your team. Because now you know she could be bought.
Hey,
You
Jess,
don't want her on
Laura,
your team.
Jess,
Danny,
a
you
question
failed
for
twice.
your
You upset
character.
Liam.
Yeah.
And you
J Silva, 7 bunch of
are
numbers.
corrupt.
Jester seems to feel the most sympathy for the Kreen so far, correcting people when they use cricks, etc. Seeing now that they worship the beacon, how does she feel about the fact that the group has this obviously very important relic?
Ooh. And she doesn't give a shit yet. It's a powerful thing. Look at us. We can play with it. We can look at it. It gives us an extra
I love how
luck
she's doing the
point.
jester.
Crick is a word to
While
hurt
explaining
people's feelings.
the
The
jester.
dodecahedron's just
An object
Fun.
that, yeah.
Happy fun ball times.
not
Yeah.
our god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
It ain't my God.
No.
Her god is
Not my
supporting
god.
her playing with this fucking
That's
beacon.
exactly
Very
right.
much.
If anything, true, yeah.
Hooliganry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam,
Is that a real word?
Gudimus Prime wants to know.
Let's
Thank you
get
for
serious.
articulating what I was
Gutimus
thinking. You
Prime.
said it better than I could say it, and I appreciated that.
I am not that smart.
About
You're
what, the
smarter
slots?
than-
You're smarter than me.
Are you just you're going for tally points at this point, right?
Yeah, you really are just trying to rack up like a certain amount.
You are. I know.
I've been accused of a lot of things in
game.
my life,
Yeah,
people.
that's what you're doing. I know that's what you're doing.
I miss
I've been
playing twins.
I do
of a
too,
lot.
buddy.
Yeah, it's so nice. Well, you both have glasses on. You're
I
both
know.
smart
I
Smart
noticed
too.
that
Like
before
hair
too.
in your
Their
face.
glasses
Sorry,
look
buddy.
very
Talking to
similar.
him.
They were sitting side by
Hey,
side and they
Glutinous
leaned in.
Primus
I'm like,
asks, what's
I know
your
they're
favorite
not
spell
the same, but
components
they
and somatic
look very
combination that
close.
you've come up with? Molasses.
Well, I didn't come up with any of the ingredients. They're all in the player's handbook. But I like slapping. I like coming up with slapping the bat guano.
They were asking your favorite spell components, not that you
Components?
came up with
my favorite shit
components,
that I use.
and then the
My
somatic
favorite
combinations that
shit
you've come up with.
Gutimus Prime. I like that name.
I like it when you
I
say.
think it was
it Gutimus or is
burning
it
his hand,
Gutimus? It's
driving
gotta
his
be
hand through the
Gutimus.
phosphorus, like that.
That was
Yeah,
thought.
that was pretty cool.
Fun idea.
I think we've definitely
Yeah.
seen that name
I
before,
really
right?
should. I wish that I want to
we've
do
talked
those
about
cool
this, I
things
feel
too. It's so cool.
You have a focus.
I have a focus now.
You a god.
I know.
You a god.
It's the best.
You got God.
You've got god.
You've got God.
God.
Laura, funniest
Yeah.
face wants to know. Fuzziest
I
face.
still want to know what Foxhound is,
Who's
or
got
whatever
the
the heck he's
fuzziest
talking
face?
about.
It's
I gotta look that jacket up. I dig the jacket.
Brian, your face
It's like
is fuzzier than
subtly
your dog's.
camouflaged.
He's like, I'm sleeping.
Like if you really like, it almost looks multicolored, but I'm pretty sure it's like a subtle camouflage, and it's
How
pretty
do
cool,
jesters
but I don't
feel
know what
about the
hell it
human's
relates
choice to disguise themselves
Maybe it's
as
just a brand.
tieflings? Did she enjoy having extra tieflings in the party for a little while?
She was actually, her feelings were really hurt that she would be used as just like a prop. You know?
You thought so, really?
No. No. She was totally on board with it. I don't even remember what the question
She
was.
sold that so
How do you feel
well.
about the human's choice to disguise themselves
She
as
was
tieflings?
so
Did she
quick
enjoy
with it,
having
I was
extra
like, oh my
tieflings?
She
God.
enjoyed having.
I think it's
Yes.
insulting that
She
you use
enjoyed
this as a
having
prop.
Caleb look just like her.
Liam
She enjoyed
has
seeing.
literally laid on the ground. He's
Bo
doing a
as a-
live show. Well,
Man.
yeah, it was live at the time, right?
Yeah,
She's enjoyed
right.
seeing Bo as a man. You
Live
can put him
show.
on the couch there with
and
you,
he goes
dude.
and lays on the ground with the
Just move over a
dog.
little bit. Put him in the middle.
Come here.
I think Brian's trying to say, like, dude,
Come
no
on,
one
big
can
boys.
see
Come on.
you. You're. I mean, granted, we can see his back.
Come here.
He's laying on the ground.
Here.
I think Brian's like, dude, we got like 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 minutes left.
There we go.
He's like, can you just hang on for another 5 minutes? They're falling asleep on the couch, laying on each other. Then he goes and lays on the dog's bed. Maybe
That's a
Liam's had a
happy
rough
boy.
week.
That's a first level spell slot.
Yeah.
First
Henry is
level
a fourth level spell slot.
He's like,
Don't be
he's so
jealous,
happy.
Trinket.
He's so happy.
It's okay, bud.
It's okay. Trinkets.
Now, is it
Trinket's
better
frozen and
if Henry's a
whatever right
1
now.
level or a 4
Liam,
level?
Yeah.
Danny's
Master
saying a
Dark
4
Hero
level
wants
because
to
she
know.
wants it to be.
With Matt
like,
introducing a
Henry
whole
is
homebrew
better
school
than
of
that.
magic,
But
do
if we
you
have it a
slash
1
Caleb
level
have
spell,
any
we can
aspirations
use
for
it more,
creating your
therefore
own
having more
spells?
companionship. I think it's better to be a lower level.
Yeah, I had a lot of ideas about that back in the beginning, but I think there's just been enough to keep me busy.
Now Laura's
Maybe.
going to sleep.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like if I have ideas, I don't want to
Everyone
kind
should
of
just
bust
go to
them out
sleep
here
the last 5 minutes.
for that kind of
We'll
stuff.
all just have a nap
But-
time.
Yeah,
I want to create my own spells.
that would be cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you could create a spell, what's the first
I
thing
thought
that
she
comes
said
to mind?
spouse.
Like
I'm
as
like, what?
me or as Jester?
I want to create your
Either
own
way,
spouse.
probably as Jester.
You're married.
Like, what's something
I don't
that you
know if
would want to
Travis would
create
like
for
that.
Jester?
Magical Viagra.
Oh my god.
Magical
And it would
Viagra.
just give people boners, and then they
Boners,
couldn't hide it. It'd be like,
Suspecting boners.
yeah,
I feel like I've seen that in something.
yeah, that'd be so great.
Has anybody
Oh
seen
my
that before?
god.
In a
And then like
television
it
show or
would,
a
be, it
movie?
would like be the
I
the
feel like
point
there
of it
is
was to just
a
make people feel
power.
awkward.
I mean, there
That
are
would be
you
the
know,
point of it.
people with abilities where they like
What about
let
you,
off
Liam?
pheromones and stuff like that where you get
like a
aroused.
pocket dimension
But
nap,
is,
I
like
think,
I
for me,
swear in the
in the
boys or
real
something
world.
there was
I would like
somebody
that
that had
too,
a power
please.
to
If
give
you
you
create
like an
that
instant
spell, let
bonus.
me
Zoom
know.
out a little
share
bit,
it with
Greg,
you.
so
I
you
feel
can
like
see him petting that
something.
delicious pup.
Look at this butt.
I mean, I guess the
Look
same
at
thing
this
would be if you
booty.
had like a poison ivy effect
Okay,
where you
let's
could
see.
immediately
Laura, Airguns wants
have
to know.
someone fall with,
We saw
like, in love with
Jester
you at
check
first
on
sight kind of
Ford's
thing.
tusks on episode
kind of
51.
the same thing, I guess.
How important
perhaps.
is it for her that Ford is letting his tusks grow back?
It's important that he appreciate himself the way that others appreciate him. Like,
The
I
dog
think the
is
thing that makes
loving it.
her most
And there's
sad
a
for him is
doggy
that he
print right
doesn't
behind it, or
realize
a
how
trinket
cool he
print.
is, right? And that anybody told him when he was younger that he should be embarrassed of the way that he was.
I love that they're
Wow.
all
So,
rubbing the dog.
Him growing them back is pretty important.
Wow.
And a big part of his character too. I forget. Like I know that I've been around. Like Caleb's been present to catch the accent slip a couple times. I don't know if other people have, but clearly, like being something other than who he is like part of Ford.
That's
Right.
I don't know all the bells and whistles. You might. I don't. But it's something that's built into it.
Yeah. Oh man. That was really sweet what you said.
That was really sweet.
Hey, something I was wondering about too. Gamer Pro 250 says, was there any curiosity from you as players or as characters to try to see more of the other side of
He
that
said
rift?
Gamer Pro? Game Pro. It wasn't
As
Game Pro a
players, I
magazine.
knew that Rift was far
Game Pro
beyond
250?
our
I'm pretty sure
capability
Game
at
Pro
this
was the
point.
magazine.
Okay.
We used to get Nintendo
Caleb didn't want to go
Power
in there.
and Game
Fuck.
Pro.
No good.
But what is
Nah.
the 250? Is it just a number?
Not for me.
Is it, or does it mean
But
something?
Other dimensions.
I
sound
thought
pretty
Game
cool.
Pro was a better
Yeah, they
magazine.
do.
But Game Pro was more everything.
You guys haven't really fucked with any of that
Where
yet because
Nintendo
you're so low
Power
level.
was
Yeah, they're only
obviously
level 8. Oh,
Super
God.
Nintendo.
Only anything like that
Regular
was the
Nintendo,
Wizard's
and
little
then
pocket
beyond.
dimension inside the Happy Fun Ball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Happy Fun Ball.
And we know who that went.
Yeah.
Happy
back
Fun
there.
Ball.
I want to go back there though.
Yeah, we
We
gave
had all that loot.
They
Honestly,
they
yeah,
gave
I
that out
can't
for our Fun
believe-
Ball.
Yeah.
We didn't use the Happy Fun Ball
mean, y'all
more
can
to
go
our
back
advantage.
and talk
I
to
would
him
have been
about it and be
pulling
like, hey,
that
can we play
lever
with
and
her
getting
Fun Ball? And he'll
money
be like,
every
all
5
the way in,
seconds.
you have to get a teleportation circle.
Sure.
Like we
How
just
far
gave
away is
away.
that?
If y'all fucking like, if
we
y'all would
could've-
get to level 9 and you're
just
able to
9?
use your teleportation circle,
I
you
would
can
have
get
definitely
from
made it
Jorhas
a point to sit down,
Nicodranus.
go back
Like-
to that
like-
dragon's
and like
lair, take all
But
that
how long
shit.
does it take to draw it? It probably
We
takes like
would've
an
been
hour to draw it.
rich.
Probably more.
How did
No,
we
it takes
leave all
like
that
10
behind?
hours.
I didn't even think about it like that until just now
It
when she's
does?
at it.
I think it takes a long time to draw the circle.
I think it's an hour.
Really?
I think. I don't
You're
remember.
gonna have to
Hour to
really
draw a
need go there
circle?
because
Come
that elf
on, I can
made
do it right
Caleb nervous.
Oh no.
The elf did?
Probably, my character will probably die soon anyway.
No,
so.
don't
Dude.
say that.
Caleb, Caleb, don't say things like
11.
that. You have to treat it like
Yeah,
it's
but-
real.
We're on the last minute
You
of
have
the
to
show.
feel.
Do not
Jester,
bomb
it
everybody.
looked like
from
Laura's
death
about
than
to
I have.
cry when she mentioned
So-
Jester dying.
That's absolutely true. Well, look at all this Henry.
If
hair on my
anyone's gonna
shirt.
die soon, it's me.
No.
If I had to pick
Guys.
who
I'm
might
I
die,
need this.
What are you talking about?
Ford is my. I think Ford or
Stop
Caleb,
it.
honestly, is my top
Stop.
two. If I was to
You're
pick
two
someone
characters that I
could
don't want to
possibly
die anytime soon. There's a few
because
others I don't
Ford
really,
is
not
making
really
some
emotionally attached
crazy
to, but
deals with Ukatoa in
Ford's
the form
fine.
of
I'm
just
worried about him
doing
turning
his
evil and killing all of
journey.
you is what I'm mostly
And
worried
Caleb
about. I'm not
is
worried about
connected to
killing
some
you.
dark forces.
Yeah.
So if I could see
Well,
either, like I could
folks,
see us running
that's
into
just
Caleb's
about all the
people
time we have for
and having them
tonight.
just like
No.
kill us all. Not all. of us,
if
but
you
know what I mean.
haven't
It could get
seen
dangerous.
the Search for Grog one shot, it's
Oh.
available on our YouTube channel
Let's
at
see.
youtube.com/Critical
He's
Role.
gonna probably say goodbye
And if you
first,
haven't seen
right?
it, you should tune out now because
Oh.
I'm going to ask a few Search for Grog questions before we
When do I
go
stop?
tonight.
Is he gonna say,
why not?
"Stay tuned, my friends"?
Some people asked about it, and I was like, let's ask some Search for Grog questions. So if you haven't seen it, we love you. We'll see you next week. Go now, please, if you have seen it.
Oh, never mind. Apparently he's pausing for a reason. All right, guys, that's it for episode 52 of Talks Machina. Ooh, let me pop this back because I changed it to show you guys. But they were talking about that picture. I was just about to erase it because I'm going to jump into episode 53 right after this. So I was going to change it, but I was like, I'll do Talks Machina first. I'll edit it up, then I'll do episode 53. So I didn't get the thumbnail yet. I don't even know what the thumbnail is. We get Liam O'Brien and Laura Bailey. I did not expect to see Laura, but it did make sense. They're talking about it's her 5th How Do You Want to Do This? She did have the How Do You Want to Do This with the dogs. They said the name of them, but I don't even know if they said the name right. It was something with an S. They were calling them demon dogs, very similar to possibly the Ghostbuster dogs. And I did say how Liam made a reference in the episode while fighting them about Ghostbusters, and I didn't even make the connection until he just said it there. We always have great inappropriateness. Basically, they talked about dicks the entire time in any way they possibly could. I'm shocked that Brian has never had a tattoo before. That is the biggest shocker of the whole Talks Machina. Besides that, great fan art The GIF of the week, not in the top 10. The fan art might have been. Nothing against it. It wasn't bad. It's just I've seen 50 or 60 of them now. I tell you whether or not they make the top 10. That one didn't. The fan art, though, I really dig the turtle, the war turtle. Very cool stuff. Let's jump in episode 53. We'll talk more later. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel. Seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in the description of every video. Patreon hour exclusive of every episode of Campaign 2. Vox Machina Season 2 and 1 up in full already. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Legend of Korra, Death Note, so many other shows. Check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.